please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic? So, yesterday we made a video about Amberlynn Reid being demonetized, and I had asked for assistance on this to work out whether or not she had been. My dear friend, that Anne with an E, who has sent me chocolate and Freddos, yes, did confirm that the channel is not, of Amberlynn Reid, monetized. So Amber acting coy on the situation or ignoring it is misplaced. Everything I said yesterday I fully stand behind. It was an eventuality she would get demonetized. This is a very interesting time for her, so leaning on cameos is a fascinating one. I had said if she got 30 of those at $100, that's her food covered for a month. How many does she need to do to cover that, her rent, all her bills, and to cover any extra expenses that she would undoubtedly incur for care charges, for example? Because she doesn't wipe, we all know that. Well, since yesterday, more information has come to the surface. And it's interesting because how Amber handles the situation and what Amber presents as the reality aren't the same. They conflict. And they conflict because Amber still can't accept what she's done. Now, many people have started to move content about because they know there is a risk. Quirky's also in danger here of being demonetized. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Chantal was not far behind either. And I don't know if this is because YouTube have taken notice, or if because people are reporting their channels, because that can happen. If YouTube starts to notice them more, they will then look at these reports and go, right, we're going to demonetize you for 3 months. It would destroy so many creators' jobs, it would be quite catastrophic. This would tell me that Amber, Chantal, Quirky to an extent are stealth YouTubers, somehow. I don't quite understand how, but somehow they are in this ballpark. It would also tell me that with YouTube taking notice, it would make more sense that the videos Amber has removed are mukbangs, which is a shame really for Amber because they're what made her famous. And what she does now is absolute non-tent. After all the years from YP to present, Feline, whatever their bloody name was it Jade, to Emily to now, whatever Skanklin Reid is doing, many people are starting to shift because of it. I'm in this position where I might well shift sooner, all my streams covering the dainty queens from this channel over to Moist Ski Live, the live stream channel I have, because it would make more sense to protect my channel, this one especially, as best as possible. So I would recommend, for the sake of it, yes, shameless promotion, everyone go subscribe to that channel. I'll link it in the pinned comment. To continue with updates since yesterday anyway, I have a tweet from Narcissist Girl, the absolute panic behind her eyes, LOL.
Am I doing okay? I am. I was just on like a little bit of a break, but I'm feeling a lot better now. And then I got a little notification on my phone about Cameo, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do Cameo.
So we did cover that yesterday. Some of you might recognize it from that video anyway. There is something worth highlighting here that I didn't yesterday, and it's that Amber is going to start portraying herself as somebody that has always had a cameo, always wanted to use it, but only uses it for a certain period of time. In this instance, an oddly specific 3 months of the year. This will be the first Christmas since she got monetized as a YouTuber long ago, where she won't be earning anything from the platform. There is genuine panic here because she knows right now all those old views she's getting are earning her nothing. Any money she did make, she's not receiving it. We know that's true because of Sinatra, who got demonetized years ago, and upon receiving their subsequent payout of nothing when they were owed several thousand, it was a bit tragic. Now, Sinatra had tweeted, sometimes I wonder if she's dumb enough to think people actually believe this, because over on her, I think that's Snapchat, Amber posted a reply to Onika, in need of the money? Cause them views low, huh? I always do cameos around December to Feb. I don't do them year round because they are high in demand. I'm so grateful for you guys. The thing with this is, she doesn't do them, round December to Feb. No, this is not an annual thing. This is not some kind of anniversary. You forget those, like you did the Soberversary, selectively. No, you don't do these often at all. And it's not they're high in demand, it's that you set the price really high because, and these are the lowest common denominator for phoned-in content, where you've gone on to make excuses since about it, explaining why you charge as much as you do when others charge so much more. You're not a celebrity. We're hardly going to see you on some kind of lolcow convention, are we? Can you imagine that? Like a Comic-Con, but for lolcows. If Keemstar's working on that, I would actually find that quite funny. Oh, guys, you can go meet Amber, and you can feed her orange chicken. What's it really? Crisco. Now, in that same very short stream, Amber had also alluded to some of the content we were due to see by talking briefly about her weight loss, by saying the following.
My face has definitely gotten smaller because I can, like, see my ears a little bit, and I'm like, wow, those are pointy.
I believe I can safely say on behalf of everyone everywhere, no one believes for a moment you've lost an iota of weight. Why? Because you're Amber, you look monstrous, your health is falling apart, and we see it on your face, and all the adjacent areas that you think make you look attractive. There is nothing attractive about being near 600 pounds in weight. There is nothing attractive in the slightest about the person you are, or any of your rather disgusting habits. Dating you means knowing furniture is going to be damaged by your arse crack. Why? Because you can't wipe, and I doubt a bidet could do the job either. It would have to be a pressure washer or a power washer, a thing you use for cars. Even then, that's a hazmat suit thing, and you have to burn everything else afterwards, including the person. Ultimately, though, is it worth all that hassle to date you, with the baggage you carry? The baggage being you're a raging narcissist who doesn't care about anyone or anything as long as the people you're with are subservient to you. No, is the answer to that. And no, it shall remain, should remain, for as long as you are a YouTuber. Although I guess, can you consider yourself as such now that you're not earning anything on the platform? Because I'm not sure. I'm torn on that one. On the subject of Cameo, Val Gal had tweeted, she must have sold all the $100 ones. Number available has gone back up, and so has the price. Shake my head. The price has gone from $100 up to $110. The justification for this being that Cameo take a cut, her taxes obviously take a cut as well, so she doesn't make $110, she makes closer to $50. Oh no, $50 for a 1 minute to 1 minute 30 thing of you saying or doing something you don't do or say. I took the liberty of having a look at her Cameo, naturally converted into pounds, ignore that. The average video length for a £76 video is 1 minute 10 seconds. It costs £3.81 to send a message to Amber. Who on earth is paying to DM? If you're one of her haters and you're sending DMs with that facility, please stop wasting your money criticizing her. She doesn't care. Send it to me instead and I'll happily acknowledge its existence in super chat form. You're welcome. Shared to the Twitters by Eyelash, hashtag Amberlynn Reid, trying too hard to remain unbothered, announces return to @BookCameo. BookCameo is the official account, I believe, for Cameo, the platform, and I hadn't seen this before I made yesterday's video, so I thought, ooh, let's hear how she, what she even has to say about this. Notice at the top how many viewers she has, but also the number of thumbs up. That part tickles me, because for that many viewers, you expect 1 in 10 upvotes. Hers is always the other way around. And with this situation, yeah, she's going to get more downvotes than upvotes anyway because people see it as nothing more than a glorified grift. In the context of her being a full-time content creator, I understand it. I'm a bit confused why she hasn't considered streaming to other platforms. I know she has to earn the right to be monetized, but it would do her some good. Hell, even TikTok is an option unless she's been demonetized there. Her only exploring one thing at a time tells you just how infantile her mind is. She only goes with the convenient stuff because she knows it exists, and also, let's face it here, Cameo is the lowest of the low when it comes to phoning it in content. Even more so than her own live streams, because all she has to do is 1 minute, 10 seconds. Upload it to the person or send it however you do that, and act as if your day is complete once you've done this 3 to 4 times. Which, in retrospect, isn't such a bad thing for her. She does 3 to 4 cameos a day. She's made, $200-300 possibly. She does that every single day for a month. She's looking at close to $6,000 perhaps, but she has to do it for 3 months. I feel like she's pricing herself out to see how far she can take the piss with her own audience though.
So I am back on Cameo. How do I click? I'm so confused. Okay, there we go. Hi guys. Sorry, I have like fur all over me, dog fur, cat fur, all the furs.
While knocking on wood, increasingly, if I was ever put in the position she is in, it would be devastating. It would be, because of how long I've been on this platform and how hard I've tried to avoid getting into that kind of trouble that she's in. I would be honest about it, though, and I would tell people that this has happened and it financially would devastate my job, as it were. At this time of year, I often worry, and the reason I do is because if it happened to me in January, I wouldn't receive December. So I always worry every year when I put all my effort in to December, that would happen. The one thing I would do, though, is tell people that it's happened and talk about it openly and honestly, explaining my intentions to continue. I wouldn't try and skirt the reality to just try and control a narrative enough to make it seem like there's nothing to be worried about. For you, Amber, making several thousand every month on this platform for years, it's a huge deal. It really is. So I'm confused how one can be so composed when knowing what would happen had it affected myself or anyone I know it would be a genuine worry. So I guess there's some level of impressiveness when it comes to the delusional side of Amber's commitment to the cause of lying.
So I am back on Cameo. I know a lot of people have requested that I go back, and I was like, for the holidays, it's perfect timing. So, if you would like babies, I'm gonna pin a message. So if you would like to get a Cameo for me, wishing happy holidays. Like, I've already gotten like 6, and usually I get a text message when I get them, and I got a text message saying you're in high demand, so we're gonna stop the text messages.
Yes, well, mercifully the law of diminishing returns will kick in soon enough. We saw during the era of when live streams began, there were some people supporting her blindly in her chat with super chats, some empathizing with BPD stuff, some calling her out for it only to show their tails eventually. You know who you are, you're a smeghead. I could believe some of these people are willing to front up that kind of money. I consider Cameo to be nothing more at that price than a rip-off. Nobody should ever charge that much for a Cameo. And I say this knowing that if I ever got one, I know who I'd want it from, and they only charge £51.91 compared to your £76. And that would be Herman Lee of Dragon Force, an actual musician with talent, skill, yeah, some fat bimbo skank who eats on the internet and lies a lot. Professionally, you charge more than somebody who's worth more, than you, let's face it. Your social media notoriety and clout will only get you so far. I hope the law of diminishing returns affects you sooner. Also, they make 25 seconds longer videos. Just saying. Much better value, but still very expensive.
So I like to do them for the holidays and always the beginning of the year, and that's just how I do it.
This is a lie. Although if anyone did do them for January and Feb, I can't imagine you get too many, since the majority of people are paying their taxes, certainly in the US. And you don't have the Belgian contingent on your side anymore, and there aren't many UK supporters for you because, seriously, you'd have already been happy slapped if you're in the UK. No one's a fan of you here.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say that. And, well, damn. Well, damn, folks. I don't know what to do about it. But we can do like a little mini Q&A. I'm not going to be on here long. I just wanted to let you guys know about my Cameo, and then I'm going to hop off.
The real reason Amber won't be on live streams for too long is because she's no longer making money from it. Because why bother setting up a Streamlabs, perhaps, or a PayPal link, when you can instead have it go all the way through YouTube so it's all officials, right? The live stream era has been an absolute catastrophe for Amber. It's been a catastrophe because while initially lucrative, it fell off quite quickly. She also found that she doesn't have the mental acuity to last too long. Stamina is out the window, her back will undoubtedly give out after 35 minutes. So Amber is in this rather precarious position where, because she's been demonetized, I can see her walking away from live streams entirely afterwards. Although, with live streams being as lucrative as they are for the view part of it especially, I can also see her potentially trying to stay, but let's face it here, if the risk is on the streams, not the videos, then the streams have to go, which will aggravate her to no end because how long can she possibly present her as she is in these video clips, as if this is the very best version of her, answering questions, staring at her chat, waiting for donations to come in, because she has nothing creative to offer. Like Chantal, except she's going through a new radio with a hijab on again. Maybe Amber should try that sometime. LARPing. With her having a Cameo, and charging as much as she is. I would love to know what you all think about that. Do let me know in the comments down below. Drive up that engagement, smash the like. I would say engage with the poll, but there isn't one for this. So just write banana hammock. That's all I ask.